Haha. I did it. I did it. We're live. We did it. Couldn't go us, gang. We did it. We're live. Only 4 minutes late. Wow. I don't know what happened. I restarted my computer. Something funky. Um, I know that Scotty is driving. Been reduced to lurker status. That's okay. Lurkers are amazing. I think also the Daishin crew are recording right now, so no jump scares from them tonight, I don't believe. I know my darling is working, my love, who is listening to this, also a lurker. So, if it is a stream of all lurkers, I may turn on an episode or something like that. I don't know. I also have a 2 hour long torrent compilation if people are interested. If you would like to listen to 2 hours of my favorite NPC. Torin Sheldrick. We can do that. Um, I am feeling uninspired generally. I'm very excited for my trip tomorrow. I'll be on an airplane literally in less than 12 hours, 24 hours. Yeah, I have a lot of things I could work on, but I think Cab Doran wins for tonight. Um, yeah. I think it's all lurkers, my friends. Uh, yeah, I don't particularly want to talk to myself, although I'm very capable of it. So, mm, I'm gonna think for a moment about if there would be a good episode to put on to listen to. Or if we just want to do a straight up and down torrent compilation. It is very me to put that on and make you all suffer through that, but I could not. I could choose not to. Okay. Alright. Let's do a torrent compilation. Or let's pick an episode. For Cabdorn, I've modified it. I really, 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 really don't. I really don't want to draw Doran as a cab. So we have Doran as a cab driver. We have Jack in passenger seat, freaking out. We've got Red enjoying it, and Mari telling them that they're going the wrong direction. Just feels like something Mari would do. Um, yeah, that's where we're at. Doran definitely 100% has some blocks or something tied to his feet. But you know what? With the 3 lurkers in chat today, I think we're going to turn on the touring compilation. I really can't think of an episode. I mean, I could think of a couple episodes. Why don't we do the wedding? Why don't we do the Green Whistle and Morella's wedding? That sounds cute, right? Y'all are going to have to listen to me skip through some ads, my friends. Let's see. Gee, that must be so far back. If you're wondering why I'm not talking, it's because I'm scrolling through all of the episodes. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. It's Party Animal. It's episode 63.
Get ahead of posted.
Skip through the ads. I don't. My desktop audio is on, so I'll just mute that really quickly and not subject you guys to the ads that I'm about to skip through. All right, we're good. I'm gonna be muting myself. And let's listen to the fucking wedding. The cutest, fun little, happy little thing. Woohoo!
Fucking what just happened? Okay.
You never say no to a dwarf in the nude.
And Kraloth looks a bit concerned as well.
That's right, we're rolling dice tonight.
Now we're gonna need some dynamite, I think.
Not invented yet.
Listen here, Green Whistle. If there's one thing true about me, it's that I don't think.
Not even once.
It's true.
And Doran looks back, a little bit of a bum blush, and he says, "Oh, I'm not really sure. I almost squashed you guys."
I love that bum
Maybe,
blush has become a thing.
It's canon. It's
So
Bum
happy.
blush. Hashtag bum blush.
Welcome back to Dice Shame. This is episode 63, Party Animal.
MVP this week is Maisie Starr for her amazingly kind Podchaser review. Thank you so much, Maisie, and please, if you have a moment, go leave us a review of your own.
If you're listening to this episode when it comes out, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Dice Shame and the Invictus stream. Stay safe, and thanks so much for listening this year.
Merry Christmas.
All right, should we get to it?
Let's do it. Here we go now. La 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 la. La la dice shame.
Very good. I don't know about you guys, but I personally always tend to fall back on wearing kind of a personal uniform day in and day out. I have a standard black tank top usually and like,
Same.
you know, whatever kind of pants that I have going on.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's easy. I have like fucking 20 black tank tops.
You do. I fold them.
I know you
There's
do.
a lot.
And I like it. I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear. I'll put like a sweater on top, but I always got my black tank top going on. And I wanted to know, we haven't ever really talked about it, but what do your characters wear? What do your characters wear?
Oh.
I think in one of the first few episodes, Red, you described your cloak that you wear because you mentioned your hood that
Yes.
covers your severed ears.
Yeah.
But no one else really talked about it. And now that we're getting, merch out there, we're having some really amazing fan art done of our characters. We're seeing like Jack in a poncho and like
Which I could see.
I mean,
Poncho Jack.
It would be a fancy poncho.
it would. It would have really nice pockets.
I definitely picture Jack as wearing, like, if you look at like the 1920s archaeologists where you got people like digging up dinosaur bones and stuff, but they're all kind of like in a button-up shirt with rolled up sleeves and a tie.
Yeah.
Sure.
I kind of always picture him channeling that with like a big bag strapped around him and and some kind of jacket that's a little bit too fancy to be like traipsing through the woods and tunnels and stuff, but it doesn't stop him.
Does Jack wear a tie? A fantasy tie?
It's very possible. Like I don't know what a Forgotten Realms fantasy tie looks. I don't think it's a bow tie, but
I'm thinking cravat, right? Like that fabric that you like tuck in.
Ascot-
Yeah.
ascot.
Ascot,
Yes,
yes.
yes. So like something just a little bit. I mean, a little bit too fancy to be traipsing around in the mud.
Jack in a nutshell.
But you know, the thing about quality clothing is that it's durable, right? So like I picture you go for a tumble, right? And then but your clothing's never ripped. Like it's durable and it washes well. So like
Wow.
yeah, you don't expect to see you traipsing around, but you are, and it suits you.
Jack's got the best clothes money can buy. It's adventuring formal wear.
Now, but he doesn't have mending. Like he's not fixing it, magically. Like it's still worn and durable, and he's
That's what Doran does.
Of
course.
There's a lived-in quality to it, right? Like he's not afraid of
Right.
the real world in that sense.
What about everyone else?
Doran, for all of his rough and gruffness, he wears an armored sort of tunic that has leg flaps that go down,
And a
yeah, okay,
butt
okay.
flap?
like armored leg
Yeah.
flaps
Yeah.
Samurai style.
over top of pants. Yeah, sort of like samurai style, exactly. But no, it's not. It's funny enough. It's not torn and not torn and ragged like his personality.
No, because you canonically you mend everyone's shit when you have a minute in between battles at the fireside.
Yeah.
If there's a piece of chainmail that's like come unlinked, you're there with pliers fixing it.
Yeah. If I have a tear in a jacket, I sew it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I cut off
Right.
threads because I don't want threads to turn into frads and then frizzled and then
Into what?
Fraz, you know.
frayed.
Frads.
Fraz.
Frayed fraz.
Frazzle Flizzle Flop.
Friend Rob.
Yeah.
I was also
Fra-
Rob, you know.
Frazzy Frob.
Kraloth.
He mostly cares about finding clothes that fit him rather than,
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
style, which is personally a problem that
6'7".
real life Kraloth Justin has to deal with on a regular
Mhm.
basis. And one thing that he does wear that I don't know if he's going to need too much anymore, his pack has a pole that extends from it, rises up, where he would keep his lantern. When he would
Oh.
wander around Barovia, all of
That's
the
right.
people that he would travel with, would need a source of light, and the lantern would hang from that. He'd cast light on whatever was inside, and
That's pretty
it
neat,
would-
I
actually.
like that.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's stylish as hell.
Yeah, but he doesn't need it anymore now that he's got these goggles.
I almost feel like because of Krylaw's height, there's like he's wearing normal pants, but then there's a second leg that's been sewn on of like a different fabric, like an extra
Yeah.
foot long for the pant leg.
I like that though. Unassuming, but you got some weird accessories.
I got some weird accessories.
And Red, you are a furry creature, so I mean, I don't think tabaxis wear shoes.
But
you have a cloak.
What we wear are sort of like leg wrappings. Like it goes around the heels of our feet all the way up to just below our knees. And it's sort of like you've seen me tie them tight with leather straps many times. It's almost like lacing up boots, except it leaves the front part of our feet uncovered. But Red is very interesting because being the only tabaxi you've seen besides B, you always sort of thought he dressed typical to tabaxis, but B dresses very differently. Red dresses more like a human. He wears a lot of layers, a lot of cloth fabric layers wrapped around himself with a breastplate. He's got half plate mithril armor that is under his cloak, which lies on top. And it's sort of a deep forest green cloak that now around you guys, he mainly leaves down. But when you first met him, he kept up a lot because he was a little bit more self-conscious about his ears being severed. And he's also got a shoulder pauldron on only one shoulder again.
Interesting. I never heard about that
Yeah, we've never asked.
before. It's been 60
What does Red wear on his
fucking
left
4 episodes.
shoulder?
That's for the old one too.
Well, he's got one, and then sort of on his other arm, he's sort of got like a leather V strap. It's all sort of attached to
The quiver and
to
stuff.
the quiver on his back as well as bow, and then
What's
his
the
rapier. on
pauldron
his front side.
for? Is it fashion? Is it got
No,
a
it's-
utility?
It's because he always aims one way, right? It's always the shoulder that is out when he's got his hand extended.
So he would have
So-
two, but he's an archer.
Well, that's the
so-
thing. So his forward arm, his left arm, is more heavily armored, whereas his right hand is typically only has a half glove, which keeps his fingers exposed.
Cool.
Which means when he is, if he ever needs to turn away from an incoming shot, his left side is more likely to take the hit, whereas his right side is a little bit more exposed. It's
love
also
that.
when he duels,
That's a cool
because the
detail.
way he fights is like fencing. So also when he draws with his right hand, he's not armored in his right hand so that he can actually move quicker with his right hand than his left.
So
Interesting.
what's B wear then that's more typically tabaxi in
Traditional.
I think she's got she's wearing suede, so it's
Sure.
animal hide, but
Yeah.
it's treated in a really specific way. I think she's got like a bomber jacket type thing going on up top,
Cool.
but then she's got like a skirt. So it's like a skirt with shorts on underneath,
it.
and her tail like comes out the back.
But like a lot of pieces, like her,
Yeah,
she's kind of
yeah.
got a tank top type thing too, where it's like leather straps and like again, hand wraps are really really popular wraps because with tabaxis, whether it be feet or hands, we always want access to our claws, so wraps are always preferred, unless you're Red, who typically dresses like a human, which is confusing.
Yeah.
And B's ears are not clipped.
Nope.
No,
Nor
neither is her
her
tail.
And what about Orin? Before we get into this episode, what's Orin wearing?
Oh, Orin's wearing a bright little blue waistcoat and some smart brown trousers.
Cute.
Nice.
I think he's got like a popper hat on top as well.
And no shoes?
Mm-hmm.
And no, he doesn't wear shoes. And he's got like 6 instruments just
Yeah,
strapped
I was gonna ask.
to his back.
No shoes club, buddy.
And the reason that I am interested in all of this stuff is because it's almost the wedding day, but not quite yet. So you found the rear of the rock slide, and Green Whistle has begged you to come back through the cave system now that you've vanquished the monsters preventing him from reaching his beloved. what do you want to do now?
I guess we got to go back to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense staying here, although maybe tonight I'll come back and study that other room with the weird magical energy for a little bit.
Well, I mean, once we get Green Whistle, we'll all want to come back here. I want to see who his bride-to-be is, assuming that it's not a creature that's going to eat him.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. I believe in love.
I also believe in love, and I truly believe that he's probably met somebody, and I suppose if he crawls into that cave and it turns out to be one of those walking catfish, that it'll just gobble him up anyways, right?
Tabaxi fish.
Look, we can believe in love and still be cautious. I feel like we've gone to a very binary way of thinking, and that's not necessarily true. Let's just go back, tell him, and then escort him to his true love. And then if everything is hunky, we'll watch them kiss or something. Is that what you do when you're in love? I don't really know. And I looked at Kraloth with big hard eyes.
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Tail bump. Oh, I don't have one. And neither do you. All right, let's go back.
Okay.
So you guys head back through the passages and caverns of this cave system back into the entryway. I guess this little mini cave where the rope is dangling down from the hole that leads to the surface. And you see the silhouette above you of Green Whistle's horned head looking down. Oh, there you are.
Hey, Green Whistle.
Come on up.
All right. And I climb back up.
We've cleared the cavern out of all of the monsters that were there within. Should be safe to bring you there.
He helps you guys all up out of the hole, offering you his little arm. Truly, I have to thank you so much for helping me with this whole cave issue. This is amazing. Thank you, friends. Morella told me I would have to wait there inside the cavern for her on our wedding day, and now it's going to come true. Now that's all that's left is to make some preparations for our guests to arrive.
Yeah, you'd mentioned guests. Who's coming to the wedding?
Oh, well, some friends of mine. They should be arriving at any time now, actually. I'm kind of excited because it's been a while since I've seen some of them, and not to be stereotypical or anything, but satyrs love partying.
Well, set away.
And I have to tell you, of course, you're invited as guests of honor at the ceremony. I insist.
Accepted.
Well, if you've got some friends coming, then we should maybe clear it so that your friends don't have to go all the way back here. Maybe we could start clearing away some of those boulders.
That would be very amenable to me. I was going to ask if you had any trouble navigating the cave system, whether there was any kinds of spelunking.
There
you
were a
had to
couple
do.
grifts and some big crabby-like things, but other than that, we dispatched them pretty painfully.
Oh yeah, there was the giant pit as well.
Oh yeah, and there's a big chasm.
I really am not sure if red meant gricks or rifts, but both could be true. But this could also be a grift, and so we're...
Little bit of both.
There was also a big pool. That could be fun.
So you're not going to meet your beloved until tonight?
Well, the wedding is tomorrow morning, so
Well, I guess you're going to wait until the wedding day.
yeah.
The other member of Team Awesome Boys is the only one that sort of recognizes that there might be a bit of threat here. And Red sort of raises an eyebrow to Doran.
And Doran looks at Red, but when Doran heard wedding in the cave, he got all giddy because, he's thinking, oh, this is going to be like the olden days with the weddings and in the mountains.
So Red turns to Doran, thinking that Doran's going to have his back, in terms of fighting this thing, and Doran's all blushing.
Butt is just blushing a little bit.
Yes, Joe.
A bum blush.
So then Red shakes his head and looks towards Kraloth instead.
And Kraloth looks a bit concerned as well.
Ah, good. I got somebody. And then I take a half step towards Kraloth. I'm all in for love. I just want to make sure that
There's
thing
enough
isn't gonna
food
eat
for
me.
all the guests. I know exactly what you mean.
Jesus. And I take a half step towards Jack, and I'm like, Jack, tell me that I'm not the only voice of reason here. You must also think there might be a threat.
There are all kinds of untold dangers in the Underdark.
Yeah, well, all right.
Like unimaginably horrible things.
All right. And Green Whistle's bride-to-be might be one.
Maybe.
Green Whistle looks up at you with these saucer-shaped eyes. Red, you don't seriously think that my beloved would mean us harm?
Listen here, Green Whistle. If there's one thing true about me, it's that I don't think.
It's true.
Not even once.
And my finger just stays there, and there's this empty gaze in Red's eye, and he doesn't continue, and he's like, all right, What's next?
Breeze kind of blows through his whiskers.
Yeah, no, it blows through my ears, and you hear like a ooh, like a hollow sound. Like
Let's clear some rock.
like when you blow on an empty bottle. All right, let's get this wedding going.
So, yeah, there's a little bit of housekeeping to be done. And Green Whistle's actually cleared up some of the glade, the forested glade where we've all been staying.
Has he been like chewing it like a goat? Has he been like bent over, like just chomping it?
He's cropped the grass.
He's just like,
Wow.
yeah, grazing.
No,
There's
but
so much grass here to eat.
as you guys notice, like you go back through your encampment maybe to put your belongings down or, get ready for this manual labor you're going to be doing ostensibly. He's like tidied up your workbenches. So like Doran's little forge station, you've got like your tongs like, nicely set out and he's like dusted around the fireplace and just kind of tried to make the place look a little bit neater. He's put away everyone's laundry.
Somebody's moved my tools and dusted. What happened to the dust?
That was my special dust.
I like this dust.
I like to know where things are. That's why I keep it dusty.
So yeah, how do you deal with this cave-in? It's like pretty substantial. Just a bunch of boulders all blocking this cave.
Yeah.
So I know move earth can't move boulders.
Correct.
But I'm wondering if we could dig holes in front of boulders to push the big things into, and so it's less overall movement. So we sort of dig a hole to try and.
Yeah.
Or even what about underneath them and just let them fall
Yeah.
down as like the dirt slides around
Yeah,
them?
that's kind of my same thing. Like
Yeah.
angle
Right?
of things so they
Yeah.
sort of fall in a controlled manner.
of course you can.
and then if that doesn't work, I'm thinking I'll take the decanter of endless water while you move earth, and we'll double whammy it like with a fire
Oh,
hose.
That's
that's
fun,
brilliant.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
So what are Kraloth and Doran doing as Red is like aiming this decanter of water? I love.
Hey, Yami. You're lurking. Yes, I know we have so many lurkers tonight, actually. My love, Scotty, and you. And another person is also lurking. Hello, fourth lurker. I'm here but lurking because I'm playing a game. Oh, fun! What, video game? Or role-playing game? TTRPG? Thanks so much. You like how, Mari looks, hair blowing majestically in the wind as she terrifiedly says, "Dorn, that way!" I pulled over for a second, so hi, I love this episode. Hi, Scotty! You've made it to every single one. Amazing. Drive safely, please. Green Whistle. Yeah! I love the wedding. I love Green Whistle and Morella. I love how many of Joe's NPCs are in love, but I think I've already talked about that, so I won't talk about it anymore. Yeah, Galaxy is watching and working on a big impressive comic book. They're the best. I'm gonna see them in like 24 hours, just so you know. Anyway, Scotty, I'm playing Overwatch. Oh, cool. Who do you mean? I used to play Overwatch briefly. My brothers used to be very, very into Overwatch, but now they are not. Apparently a new update came out and they hate it. Alright, I'm gonna play the episode, but I just wanted to say hi, because Yami, you're a delight. Boop.
The image of Red holding this decanter of water, because like cats and water are kind of not
Yeah, I was
great,
just
and
gonna
like
say, he's
you
just, like,
shouting at it
in
to
the
be like,
background,
"Stop!
it just goes flying
Stop!"
by.
Yeah.
Not remembering the like key word that you use.
Doran's got to be the foreman of this whole opportunity, though. He's the
Oh,
mind-
yeah.
Well, Doran steps up and he rolls up his sleeves and he
Puts a pot in his head.
starts climbing up onto the very top of the boulders, and he starts.
He's the one with the chalk. Like, I know where to mark the X.
Yeah.
It's this rock, and then you
Yeah.
know that's why they pay him the big bucks.
Now we're gonna need some dynamite, I think.
Don't have any.
Maybe even.
Not invented yet.
Well, then we'll just have to get the chisel set.
Would
But
magic work?
of course
I got an idea here, and I hand the decanter of endless water to Kraloth for a second, and I run off screen. I come back like 5 minutes later with a severed Umber Hulk claw. Because they like cut through the stone, right? So they have to be
Right,
sharp. And he's
right.
just like
Wow.
dragging this Umber Hulk fucking claw, and he's
That's
like,
brilliant.
Here, Doran. Ah."
That is
Yeah.
really smart. Yeah.
And I hand it to Doran. I'm like, this should cut through stone.
Doran, are you able to fashion something out of it quickly? Like this,
Oh,
like the lobster claws, like grab a hold of the tendon inside and
yeah.
Just sticks Orc Splitter into it.
Ultimately, I like what you guys have come up with using the move dirt. But isn't there also a move a heavy object?
Levitate.
Object. I love that spell.
Yeah, I could levitate things if we don't expect.
It'd be
they'll
like
need-
a very limited instance of.
Well,
like,
maybe-
it's not a cantrip.
I mean, I kind of like I like the ideas that you guys had, and I think we should use those. And so maybe whatever Doran does here isn't very successful. And let's say with the claw, he's able to lever one of the top boulders off, and it starts to come tumbling down, like in a very, very aggressive way towards the three of you, maybe staying at the bottom of the pile.
Ooh.
Ah!
Ooh.
Oh, that's got to be the one that Jack catches and levitate and just lifts in the air so it goes over us.
Yeah, good call.
And Doran looks back, a little bit of a bum blush, and he says, "Oh, I'm not really sure. I almost squashed you guys."
I love that bum blush has
BBR.
become a thing.
It's canon. It's
So
Bum
happy.
blush. Hashtag bum blush.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Hashtag bum blush has got to be the next
Yeah.
sticker.
It's like Rudolph's nose.
It looks like those were the biggest boulders. Shouldn't be too much work for us to clear the rest out easily enough. We'll just take some time.
Yeah, good luck, guys. And Red walks away towards the woods.
Well, it's cool, Red, because as you head back towards the encampment, towards this forested glade, you notice that there's a couple of newcomers. Some of the guests have arrived.
Acting as usher, Red runs over and he's like, "Hello, welcome to the wedding of Green Whistle. And how can I help you?"
This is my confession.
There's a couple of other satyrs that have arrived. There are 4 of them. They're standing all around. They're carrying various musical instruments, and they've got colorful like backpacks on.
Nice.
And they're sort of in the middle of unloading the contents from these backpacks out onto the ground, sort of close to where Kraloth's cooking station is.
And I'm like, I'm assuming you're with the groom's side.
Oh yeah, hi. What's up?
Not much. What's your name?
I'm Jex. It's so nice to be here. Oh, sorry. Oh, swallowed a gnat there.
Ah.
This is Dragata, Zrelaine, and Hasilo. Red, you said?
Yeah, I'm I'm with Green Whistle.
Oh, I mean, where is he? It's been so long.
Well, you know, he's getting ready, resting up, clearing the glade. And you look over and he's like bent over in a weird goat thing. Steven's next to him, and the two of them, the two of them are just chewing the grass.
Green Whistle like picks himself up and runs over. He's like, "Oh, friends, how are you? It's
Do
so
they
nice
greet
to
each
see
other like goats? Like, ah! And the other one's like, ah!
It's a combination of like bro grabs where they run up and they just do like big hug,
Yeah.
and then also like.
Nice.
Maybe even like some horn clashing.
Oh my God! Yes, absolutely, Alex.
Festive
They
horn
run
clashing.
over to each other and do like a little bit of ramming, like of each
Yeah.
other's horns, sort of playfully aggression, and then
Yeah, I picture
get
there's
up
like
and-
there's like his university pal is like, "You son of a bitch!" Head crack.
yeah. They've got like a weird
You old
handshake.
so and so, finally getting the old hoof.
We never thought anyone would nail Green Whistle down, free like the wind.
Yeah, and then Red continues off towards the woods, and as he gets there, he calls B over, and he's like, "Tsk, B, I need your help with a super secret wedding project."
Oh, a wedding project.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do an old tabaxi, pss, pss, pss," and then the camera fades away as he whispers into her.
Yeah, they
ear.
fade off into the distance.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So over the course of the afternoon, more guests are arriving, every half hour, 45 minutes. So there's this like shy dryad who sort of melds in with whatever tree trunk is nearby. You only catch glimpses of him. He sort of spends some time just observing from the edges of the clearing, and then you can sort of see his form as he moves from tree to tree. He's like shrub-like, covered in needles, but he seems friendly. He's just, sort of keeping to himself. And then you see a wrinkly little figure with mossy green hair dressed in a garment, Doran, that looks strangely familiar to you. You realize this is Elmort Bottle River, the forest gnome.
Oh, the guy who led
No
us across the
way.
river. I loved him.
He's traded out his patchwork smock in favor of the cultist robe that you gave him.
Oh no!
He's
Nicest gown.
He's savagely hemmed the garment to fit his tiny stature, but he's looking really good. He's like, "Oh, nice to see you again so soon. Oh, my friends. What a absolutely incredible fortune that we're all here.
Can you believe it?
I was hoping I would see you. Here you are." Safe and sound. Oh.
Doran returns all muddy from removing boulders with Kraloth and Rob. Kraloth and Jack.
Rob, the wizard.
Damn it.
Maybe we are melding into the same person now.
I love it.
Doran then would approach and give this gnome a big hug. You know,
Aw.
come here, you little rascal, you. Come here. And he like squeezes him and makes his head almost pop, you know?
Yeah, Elmore's like, oh boy!
Now, let me get cleaned up. And of course, after I'm done hugging you,
It's covered in mud.
the gnome is now covered in mud and,
Mm-hmm.
and other leaves and twigs. Why don't you come take a swim with me? It'll be the water's fine. It'll be nice. We can scrub each other's backs.
It'll be nice sounded almost menacing.
And that's what Doran does, and without any shame, he drops down to the nude and jumps into the water again.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, okay. That sounds awesome.
Let's do it.
You never say no to a dwarf in the nude.
Always want to bathe with a dwarf whenever you have the chance.
And there's like this scene of Doran scrubbing the gnome's back with his beard.
A beer.
What is that thing called? And it like
A loofah?
exfoliating? A loofah, yeah.
But your beard is the loofah?
His beard loofah. Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of blood on you. Oh, there's more blood on you. Oh, every time I wash you, this. Oh, me.
Dwarven culture is a trip, guys.
Doran culture is a trip.
Yeah, really, Doran.
Jack, you recognize some creatures as they arrive. These are pixies.
Ooh.
Yes, more fey creatures, and sort
What'd you do with our dust?
they're tiny, so they're not fairies, but they're
Tinkerbell.
yeah, I would say like a little bigger than a Tinkerbell,
Ah.
probably like I don't know,
Oh, like
8
in between
inches
a
tall or so. Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
Tinkerbell? Tinkerbell's a unit of measurement.
That's
That's
right.
right. It's like it's like 2.5 Tinkerbells.
Whoa.
God, what does that half look like?
And they make themselves comfortable.
Kieran, we should go introduce ourselves to someone. Who do you want to go meet?
Great question, boss. Do you see that dryad?
Yeah, I've never talked to a dryad. We should go say hi.
This is the perfect opportunity.
There'll never be another one. As soon as the wedding kicks off, you know how hectic they get. We might never get a chance. Let me just get a journal, and we'll be right over there.
So cute. So you guys make your way over to make a new friend.
Absolutely.
Two shy folks. I'm reminded of a High Harvest Tide when you and Maxine put your heads together and just talked wizardly shit all evening.
Yeah.
And then Red and B sort of come out of the woods after a few hours. They look a little bit like they've been working on a project, and they sort of join the rest of the group.
And as the afternoon wanes on and Green Whistle introduces everyone to the satyrs and the pixies and the dryad makes an appearance, he lets you all know, like, I'm honored that you all come to my wedding here in the High Forest. Obviously, it's a really magical place, and I think that this is going to be an occasion for all of us to remember for maybe the rest of our lives. And, satyrs like to party, so let's fucking get down. He just holds the most raucous fey bachelor party.
And that's when you see Doran arrive with nicely combed back hair. Like he's looking the cleanest you've ever seen him. All right, party down tonight.
Party down!
The pixies do something really interesting. They are starting to make a concoction for everyone.
Ooh.
So they're hanging out by the hot springs and they have these decanters of flower water that they put out in the darkness. As night comes on and moonlight starts streaming through the canopy of Shadowtop Cathedral, they put these decanters of flower water in these shafts of moonlight. You watch as they drop a little something into each decanter of water, and the something that they drop in, this little particle, starts jumping and fizzing inside the water, and the water turns a dark purple color. And then they pass it around to everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, and Red walks up and takes the tray like it's shots and starts handing it out. One for you, and one for you, and one for you.
Oh.
We're gonna party Mazdakin style.
Oh boy.
And he holds it up high, takes a shot back.
And that's when I imagine music breaks into
Oh yeah.
God.
effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the satyr bring their instruments out and they're playing music long into the night. They're eating ravenously, kind of like, piggishly almost. It's like crumbs of honeyed cake are flying everywhere. They've brought these huge, like not flasks, these wineskins. They brought these
Yeah.
huge wineskins full of this delicious ruby red wine that they like drink greedily from and then pass around. Elmort gets drunk with the satyrs.
After one sip.
So who's drinking this wine?
Oh, I
that
take
the,
a shot.
You take a shot?
Doran's in there like a dirty shirt.
Well, it's interesting, Doran. One of the pixies, as she's about to hand you a little flask, she sort of looks at you and she's like, "Dwarves usually don't like this."
Really? Well, let me try it. And then Doran takes a big swig.
You go for it?
I feel like
Yeah.
Red's standing right next to Red and Doran.
Mm-hmm.
And I hold it up and I'm like, Team Awesome Boys! And I cheers you as we both down it.
Yeah.
Shots.
Yeah. Like
It's-
our wooden cups.
Yeah. It's subtle in flavor. It's like very floral. This is something that elves would fucking dig. But, it's no like heavy alcohol. However, the moment that this fluid passes down your throat and into your body, you just feel silly. Induces this frivolous behavior. And for the next couple of hours, you guys are inclined to do just silly stuff. Just whatever's like super silly.
Why, this is just flavorless little it's not it's not really tasty at all. In fact, it's kind of got no taste to it. I need something a little stronger. And he reaches over and he pokes Red's belly, He says, I need something a little stronger in my belly. I don't know about you, but I need something in my belly a little bit stronger than you got in yours.
And Red sees Doran just like acting a fool. And then he looks down at his empty cup and goes, I don't think mine's working.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
It's just kind of a social lubricant.
I'll take another one.
You do another shot of Fey wine.
Doran does get up on the table and he starts to dance and sing in an outrageous sort of fun lovingness and wrapping his arms around every satyr and fey
Oh, yeah.
creature in the room.
And Red gets up on the table too. Let's dance, Doran! And Red and Doran start dancing around on the
I'm
table.
really enjoying this very much, but have you got any mead? Because I like the taste of that better.
Kraloth, what are you doing this whole time?
I think that Kraloth is just sitting back, and he's sitting down next to. He's sitting down on a
Are you
tree.
undead? Are you undead? You
Are
undead? No? Okay. What are you? You undead?
You look kind of weird. Are you undead?
Okay, we're good. No, he's not worried at all. He's got this, very blissful, almost motherly look on his face as he sits on a big tree root.
Aww.
And he's just watching as the pixies float above the tables, dancing and giggling between the boughs. And he sees Doran and Red on the table doing a jig with Almort and Green Whistle. And he sees the other satyrs playing on the stage and some people splashing in the water. And he just smiles to himself and to the scene before him and just savors it. Just lets it all soak in, because sometimes he doesn't see these vivid colors.
Yeah.
I love it. I want everyone to make a wisdom save.
Uh-oh.
That's right. We're rolling dice tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got a 1.
Oh. 14.
4.
Oh.
I got a 18.
All right. So it is just as you are observing the goings on, Kraloth, with this motherly love, this care and attention and appreciation for the celebration of life and love and bringing together of people in this holy place, just kind of a wholesome night, that you see a fucking badger walk by.
A badger.
Oh.
Yep. And then hot on its tail, a tortoise.
Yeah.
Jack, this badger is you.
Okay.
Doran, this tortoise is you. You've both been polymorphed by a devil may care pixie who's interested in making things just a little bit more ridiculous tonight. So,
Hmm.
so Doran, you you one moment are dancing on the table with some satyrs, and now
I feel like Red looks over and he's like, Doran, looks away, and then looks back and he's just gone. And there's like a mist of magic. And I'm like, Doran, where'd you go?
there's a tortoise with a beard.
Oh, well, hello, turtle friend. And I bend down and I'm like, you have a nice little beard. And I go to like tickle his face.
I'm feeling awfully small and slow.
Doran, I think you got turned into a turtle. And I pick him up and I lift him high above my head.
Why?
Turtle Doran! And there's like a cheer across the crowd. Turtle Doran! And I start pouring beer into the turtle's mouth.
Jack, one moment you are maybe observing the lights and the way that the constellations are just barely visible through the shadow top trees here, and then the next moment you a
Yeah.
fucking fairy just flies by your face, and then you are a
It's like
badger.
you suddenly have a taste for grubs.
There's definitely a moment of like, fucking, what just happened? Okay, I get it. Polymorph. I tried to do this a minute ago. I get what's happening to me. Nobody's going to be mad if I start digging because I'm a badger. I don't know any better. I can know what shadow top roots look like now. I'm going to go figure out where they go and just start digging a hole under a tree to
Oh.
figure out how all the roots work.
Even as a badger, he's a nerd.
You're just the guy at a party who's like, but what are the ingredients of this alcohol I'm imbibing? I'm reading the fucking label.
Honestly, I was really trying to figure out how much moonlight was an important ingredient to Fey wine and how that's there were some notes on that
Yes,
before
yes.
I
I mean, you probably spoke with one of the pixies who is making, and they're like telling you about how it's a raisin from the Feywild that they dropped into the decanter of water, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, and by the way, badger.
fair. All right. That's what I get.
I'm imagining you said that entire spiel though about seeing the roots out loud.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if you're a little drunk or something, but you're just like you're a badger, and then Kraloth's looking at you kind of funny, and then all of a sudden you start talking. And he's like, okay, it's Jack.
It's just a badger in a jaunty cap.
And then
Yep.
Kraloth Red runs up to you holding a turtle. And you see Red, like, he's like swaying. He's like, Turtle Doran! And he turns around and starts running around again. And again, the crowd just cheers. You just see Red's hand held up high between the people and a turtle between. And the turtle's just like kicking wildly.
I need some lettuce.
And I get Turtle Doran lettuce. So after a little while, as Turtle Doran is like eating a piece of lettuce, the crowd is like getting at its climax and rowdy. And Red turns to Orin, and I'm like, Orin, pull! And you see Red standing on top of a table, and Orin has like these like handfuls of these little clay jars.
Okay.
And he chucks one of them up, and you see Red sort of take aim with his bow, and he fires. And I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
And what happens as I smash this little clay pot filled with sand is every little granular piece of sand gets immediately imbued with this red fairy fire, and like a firework gets set off over everybody in the woods. And everyone's exactly like that. They're like, ooh. And I'm like, again! And he throws another one, and I cast it in like blue and then green. And there's like these little like pops of fireworks in the middle of the forest.
That's worth inspiration.
That's inspiration.
I love that. So
100%.
Red and Orin go skeet shooting, which becomes fireworks magically.
Nice.
Plus, if we need it, we also have advantage against the sand.
Thanks again to our great.
Hello. Hi, Rob. How's it going? How was the recording session? I'm making a bold claim here, but it feels like you guys, I don't know, just based on the text from Joe and you guys hanging out in the Discord. Didn't see Alex, but I don't know. And yeah, Cap Doran. We've got Mari in the back here. We've got Jack cowering in the passenger seat. Red is gonna be very about it in the background. Also, that episode. What recording session? Okay, if I'm wrong, I'd like to know, but if you're fucking with me. Yeah, you caught us. Yay! I did it! I caught. Make a wish, guys. They were recording. Whee! Mario's so cool there. Oh, thanks. Yeah. She's like, we're going the wrong fucking way! Um, Jack, on the other hand, is not cool. So I have a very hard time believing that he would be a brave in this instance, but whatever. I guess you would know best. Unfortunately, Rob, it's a lot of lurkers. Scotty, not unfortunately. I love lurkers. Unfortunately for you, um, Scotty is driving and being very safe about it. My love, my darling, is working on a very impressive comic. And their hands are busy, but they are listening, so be careful. And Yami, I believe, is playing Overwatch. And that's all the people I know about. And y'all were recording. So it's been a very, let's listen to the wedding party kind of thing. A very chill time. No. Hold on. Very funny for you to come in exactly when I was about to work on Jack, and I can't. Maybe it's his eyebrows that are bothering me. Spoilers. Oh, from the session? Oh, that's so cool. Jack casts a spell and nothing bad happens. Wow! Is it summon Kieran? Please, God, is it summon? 32 episodes. Rob, 32. Is it hair dye? I cast hair dye. To make myself a brunette. Because he's a ginger. Oh, wait, hold on. My own sound is coming back at me. I just heard myself go, wow! It was a pie-oriented spell. Summon pudding. And a cheesecake appears. That can't be true. You're lying. Is it true? Hold on. No, be honest with me, Rob. Please. Please, God. Please, for once, be honest. Was it actually pie-related? Or are you fucking with me? Your silence is felt. Or there's a time delay. One of the two. That's maybe too long, actually. I'm not lying. You're not lying. It was a breakfast spell that was pie related. What on earth? What? Okay, I like to think that I'm well versed in 5e, but I can't think of a single spell that wizards can cast that's pie related. I can't think of it. Because create food and water isn't a wizard spell, is it? You shouldn't have told me spoilers, Rob. You don't know how much I love spoilers. Create food and water. There's no way that's a wizard spell. That's a cleric spell, isn't it? Yeah, it's cleric and paladin. Okay. How on earth? We are stopping the drawing. We are stopping the drawing. Rob has given me a little bit amount of spoilers. Welcome, Alex, from the recording session. You two are the best. You can't think of a single spell an illusionist would cast that is pie related. God, I feel like such an idiot. There's gotta be something that's directly in front of me that is just... I mean, I know that 5e illusionists can make an object real, but I thought that, Jack isn't a high enough level for that yet. What on earth? What is wrong with me? I can't think of it. You make it sound so obvious. Yeah, Cabdoran, Alex. Here, check it out. I mean, it's not important that it was a pie. Okay, so it's just like it's just like it just happened to be pie. Heat metal pie plate. Oh fuck, that'd be sick as hell. I had a murder mystery because I think it clarifies in the heat metal spell that you don't necessarily have to be visually looking at it the entire duration. So I had a murder mystery one shot that I did one time where the murderer was a druid that cast heat metal on metal in a very metallic wine. Uh and then burned somebody from the inside and blamed it on a wizard. Uh it was fun. I maybe fucked with some rulings, but I thought it was mostly by the books. Uh yeah, so Cab Doran, we have listen, I really tried. I really thought through the idea of making Doran a cab. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just not in my artistic wheelhouse. It goes against my artistic morals. We got Mari saying we're going the wrong fucking way. We've got Doran being a crazy driver. We've got Red in the back here, not drawn yet, who's going like, yeah, because it's red. And then Jack in the front here, which I'm still figuring out. That thing's an antique. I'm not heating that. Yeah! Oh man, poor Jack hasn't gotten an antique in a while, huh? What's happening? I heard Cabdoran. Welcome, Andy. You menace? You delight? Cabdoran. Not cab door in the car. I'm sorry, I just can't. That's amazing. Ha ha ha, Mari in the cab. That's amazing, and I wish sometimes that I had made Mari a little eviler, but alas. She needs to be the voice of reason. Uh, uh, ACAD. All cabs are Doran. Beautiful. I can get behind that. Yeah, the custom license plate is Doran. We got Doran up here. We got Doran on the side. I tried to think of anything funnier and I could not. Alex G should get a Doran plate for sure. That'd be so fucking funny! Holy shit, that'd be so cool! That would be an amazing birthday present. Holy shit. I would love that. Not for me, but to observe that, I guess. I'd love for Alex Guthrie to get that. That'd be really fucking funny. I can't think of a good face for Jack. I like the eyes. I think they're panicked enough, but his mouth. It's almost over. You guys ran all the way until, oh geez, what time is it in Toronto right now? Is it plus 3 hours, plus 4 hours, plus 2 hours? 9:30? I guess it's D&D. No, I'm definitely not going to finish this Jack before stream ends, but it's fine. I have to pack my bag for Chile. I leave tomorrow. And I have to eat dinner. And I remembered my water this time. The custom license plate is so good. Oh yeah, I've already read that. When's his birthday? 1040. Oh wow, 1040. Damn. Man, you guys come to my stream so often for it being so late. That's real sweet. I had to ask druid-related questions. In the... Is that related to something that I said, or is that related to the session that you guys just recorded? 30 time. We're 3 hours ahead. Fill your bag with chili. I'm bringing chili to Chile. You know what? Genuinely, my beloved has not had chili, which is very funny. Or maybe they have, but like a different version. I can't quite remember what they said. We got 2 minutes, so make your crazy food claims, Rob. Be chaotic, Alex, because you got 2 whole minutes to do so. let's see. Yeah, sure. I think this is a little over the top for Jack, but we'll go with that. Anybody got a little doodle I can do in 1 minute? Because that's probably all I'm going to do on Jack. What a crew. uh, you're 3 hours ahead. Don't fill your bag with chili. Yeah, don't get cold. Don't get cold? Don't get cold. I will not get cold. I don't know what that's in reference to, but it's warm there. They have reverse seasons because it's a southern hemisphere. Gasp. Make them chili. I was thinking about it. I'm just not that good of a chef, unfortunately. I'm gonna make them spam musubi because they don't have that there. Rob thinks Pop-Tarts are a type of tortellini. Sure. Yeah, it's got filling. It's got a bready exterior. It's definitely really overdone tortellini, but yeah. Um Crazy food claim. All wizard spells are pie related if you really think about it. That's gonna plague me for so long, Rob. I'm gonna look through all of the wizard spells and try to figure out how the fuck that came up. Jack thinks filet mignon is a type of fish. I won't say anything. Pie. He heard the filet part and he said, "Oh, filet." That's funny. Sorry, I just came to chat to taint the canon. Oh, great. Good. Your chaos is welcome. Well, guys, it's 7:31. I hope that y'all had fun recording, and I hope that this comes out well. But it's gonna be a while because I'm gonna be in Chile. I'm not gonna do any art over there. I'm gonna be busy. So yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. I have to find the stop streaming button, and I have to hit boop boop. You know what? As we end the stream, we live in the future. More buttons should have fun sound effects, and this is why I say boop boop, because the end stream button and the "Are you sure you want to end stream" button? Yes, I really, really do. I promise. Completely silent. Isn't it such a tragedy that we could live in like a futuristic Star Wars, Star Trek-esque universe where buttons make fun sounds, but we don't? Every single button is fucking silent. Okay, anyway. I should stop while I'm ahead. Good night, everybody. Boop and boop. Yeah.